from the Heart Center, a sacred sanctuary for Black women. Come in. I'm gonna do a little story time too. I'm gonna do a little story time too as well. Well, I hope you're well, perfect and complete. I hope I give me a moderator that I needed for this one. I'm just gonna chat a little bit until we get our family members start coming in. So I have like a schedule. It's an everyday schedule, and one of them is when I get up in the morning, I take my blood pressure because it's like a habit now. My blood pressure is so great, but I like to keep up on it and make sure if I see any fluctuation, I like use it as like a self-reflection or self-evaluation. Like if it fluctuates a little bit or goes higher a little bit, even if it's not high at all, like it's under the guidelines of what hypertension is, I still use it as what's my normal. And my normal is pretty low at this point as far as the blood pressure. So anyway, that's just a little ritual. It allows me time just to be still. It's like going into deep meditation. So I get up in the morning, I do that, and then immediately after, I go to the altar. I go to the altar and I convene with my ancestors, specifically many, but ones I call up as my father, because I'm always wanting to heal and solidify that relationship with my father, but also I want to get that guidance and wisdom from my father, and so I'm able to do it when I do my altar work, and also my mother as well. I'm all about sacred union, but I'm realizing that the truest sacred union is the one with yourself. And I mean, there really is no other one to desire because that one brings all of them. And if the one with yourself is not solid, then the one that's outside of yourself is not going to be solid as well. And that's okay. Once you realize that's okay when you realize it, so then you can do something about it. And I'm doing that work and I'm loving on myself. It's so interesting, like having relationships, especially in a narcissistic relationship, any toxic relationship. Their goal is to break you down. It is to totally destroy you. It's destroy you. If you took yourself out of this world, they would be happy about that too. They're very, very sick individuals. But I feel like some of those, like I know that I'm a light worker. Like I know that I'm a spiritual being. There's nothing about it that I doubt. If somebody would say, describe yourself, and in 5 words, I could tell you what the first word would be spiritual. And I'm okay with that. I stand in that. And now understanding because of my relationship, and particularly this one, but now going back to the other ones, that to stand in your spirituality, or to be a spiritual person or light worker means that the light really is shining. And it's a very nurturing, loving relationship. And unfortunately, you don't always attract loving and nurturing individuals. You attract broken and hurt and sad individuals. But what they thought would be your demise winds up being your awakening. That's what's so beautiful about this. I am better than I ever was before. I am better. I am happier. I am more content. I mean, I'm just a better person. I'm more in touch. I respect my spirituality so much more. I understand it as the gift that it is. So yeah, y'all. And I was breaking down my routine. I also do my yoga every morning. I do it 5 days a week, and I love it. Oh, my yoga today, I don't know, was just extra special. Everything today was just extra special. But that yoga is everything. That working out is everything. So let's see if we are trolling yet, because it's coming. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the thumbs up. So if you are a family member, a viewer, someone who actually is here for the messages, then could you give a thumbs up when you walk in? Because the trolls will not throw a thumbs up. So it gives me an idea of like who's really here, who's not. And it also gets me ready to hide users from the channel. So I see 2 out of the 14. So if we got a moderator that wants to come in, because it'll be a great thing. It'll be a great thing. Just like, like breathing in. So yeah, great day morning. So my yoga was beautiful. I ate well. I just had a lot of beautiful time. Okay, I'm just looking for a moderator to come in. So yeah. they expect you to die. I mean, that would be the greatest thing that could happen to you, to them. But the thing is in a sense, a part of you does die. The part that didn't want to see the truth, the part that was living kind of in a falsehood, in a sense. It's like, you live in a neighborhood, or you live in the hood, or you could also live in the falsehood. You cannot, or you could, maybe you were naive, you didn't experience anything that was totally shaking you, or that it shook you, but you didn't equate it to this idea of, darker forces, or good over evil, or that kind of energy, that you didn't really understand that. Maybe you were disconnecting from your spirit. Maybe you felt like, oh my God, I stopped feeling the connection to my spirit. I had a wonderful consultation with a sister yesterday, Miss Ebony, you know who you are, and like, wow, we were just that point where we don't feel that connection, or didn't feel that connection. That was a pivotal point. And every time you get to a point in your life where you feel like you don't feel the connection to the divine, pay attention. Pay attention, because it's almost like I said it before. It's like going outside in the freezing cold but have no coat on. You're not protected from the elements. When you're in a state where you feel disconnected from the divine, where you feel like the message is not clear, where you feel like you can't hear, know that you are in a very vulnerable state. So you have to really come back within. If you could take that week, that feeling time off, to get out of that feeling, is take some time off if possible. Or stay engaged in things that are healthy and whole. Don't go on YouTube and look at the tarots or the other things that throw you off, that actually seems like it's healthy, but it's actually making you worse. Don't become too obsessed with external validation or outside validation. This is a great time to be part of with your altar, or things of that nature. Is very, very important. Very important. And you have to do it. Do you understand? It's because it's a vulnerable time. So when we think about, well, when did we let in these entities that were here for no good? When we were most disconnected from the divine. When we were certain, and let me tell you how you'll start to know. And this is the master class that I'm teaching on Sunday. I'm going to give you one of the ways that you know that you are disconnected from the divine. When you feel like you have to, I know this is interesting, you probably ain't gonna think about this one, but just check it out. When you feel like you gotta get out, it was like, oh my God, I feel trapped. Oh my God, I gotta do something different. Oh my God, I gotta get out. Anytime you are in a panic state, you are disconnected from the divine. Anytime you feel a need to escape, a need to get out, but it's this urgent, because you always want to move and operate from a solid, serene, tranquil, if you will, place. You always want to do that. Always. Always. If you are in a frantic state, or it's got to get away, or because that is an energy, and that energy is going to attract. When you're feeling disconnected from spirit, you're feeling unsure. So you're going to attract other people who also within themselves, deep within themselves, feel unsure too. That's why you say, oh my God, I met this great person when I was feeling down. Red flag. You might not have heard what I said. It's not the typical red flag. We put the red flag on what the person did. Now that alerts us that's a red flag. Red flag is when you say, I met this most amazing person when I was feeling down. I was thinking about this idea of Eddie Murphy. Kind of said it this in the law. I don't know if it was Raw or Delirious. I remember when two get mixed up. I love both of those videos. I love them both. Okay, I love them both. Thank you, Ralph. So he talked about, so a lot of times maybe we just got out of a relationship. We're heartbroken. We're women. We're heartbroken. Maybe it wasn't even that serious, but you changed karmic energies. You created soul ties, right? You still was with the person. No situationship, it is that. It's a serious situation. There are no random situationships, because your body as a woman, your womb as a woman is not random. It has the ability to bring forth life. I don't know how godly or next to God can that be. There can't be no, there's nothing deeper than that. There's nothing. So you are hurt. And you go, I'm going to go on vacation. I'm going to go on vacation. So now you got, I'm hurt. I feel abandoned. I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling neglected. I'm feeling not beautiful, because a lot of times you get out of a relationship, and especially if the person left you, you believe, or you feel like they've said, or that they left you for someone else, then you don't even feel good about yourself. So you're not, so let me tell you what you're attracted to. I feel sad. I feel not sexy. I feel not beautiful. I feel abandoned. I feel discarded. And this is what the person is like. And I know how to use that. So what you're throwing off is, just tell me I'm beautiful. That's what I want to attract. And Mr. So-and-so, and Eddie Murphy talked about it in one of his stand-up. He talked about, I think it was Dexter. I don't know if it was Dexter. You go to the Caribbean, and he said, with a beautiful woman like you, doing in a place like this, oh, your man is so stupid. That thing, your man is so stupid, he leaves you alone. Why would your man do that? A fine woman like you. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what you want to hear. But that Dexter, he smelled the energy of discard or desperation or feeling low self-worth and low self-esteem. Not just one Dexter, all the Dexters on the island is feeling that. And that's what you're going to attract. Because happy people attract happy people. But when you get out of a relationship, and it wasn't a good way, in a nice way, can we agree that you're probably not happy? Let's just take it to Math 101. Let's take it to Mathematics 101. If you are not happy, if you don't feel whole, if you don't feel worthy, and as a woman, if you don't feel beautiful, do you think you'll attract the opposite of that? Couple that with your disconnected from spirit. Couple that with your disconnected from spirit. So you are walking, I am open, all of my vessels are open. My connection to the spirit keeps me solid, grounded, and whole, and protected. I don't even have that. So come on, Dexter. Do what you do. Manipulate where you can, because I'm open for it. And I was sharing with one of my clients yesterday on a consultation. You all should do $50 consultation. You better hurry up and get one. And I was sharing with her, she was asking about travel in a specific place. I said, do not go there. Do not travel there. Do not, absolutely, you're going to meet the wrong person. You're going to say, you're not ready to meet somebody. When you're feeling uncovered, because that's what it is when you disconnect from the divine. And you look at, I want you to think about the cover again, the coat, when you're feeling uncovered. You go to a place where the weather is warm, where the men seemingly are abundant, where they tell you all the things you want to hear, and right now you want to hear it. And even though you want to hear from the person that drops you, this person will do. I don't care what you think you're not going to do. I got so many friends. I got a sister right now from the Cape Coast. I'll never date one of them. I'll never date the local man off the beach. I'll never warning everybody else. And here she is dating a man off the beach. Let me tell you another thing about how do you know when you're in a toxic relationship? When your health declines. Because a lot of times when we're sleeping with these men, they are sick. If they're sick mentally, they're going to be sick spiritually. They're definitely going to be sick physically. They're pulling on your energy. When a person has nothing, I'm talking about emotionally bankrupt, spiritually bankrupt. We forget physically bankrupt. That definitely is just the manifestation of the emotional and the spiritual bankrupt. Then that means the only thing they can do if they have nothing is they have to get something from you, and it is your energy. And if you have little energy because you already feeling like you just down in the dumps, they're going to extract that. And if you come with a lot, like you did in the beginning, before you got dumped by the last relationship, whether you think you said it was over or not, somebody could dump you and you broke up with them. But you broke up with them because they already dumped you, because they already abandoned you. Telling you, I'm telling you, you don't want to go outside. And this is outside. Traveling is really, like young people say, I want to be outside, and I want to be up in the streets. I want to be up in the club. Don't go to the club. You're going to pick up the wrong person. I want to be up. I'm going to go travel. I'm going to go to this different country. All the men are going to tell me how beautiful I am. They're hungry. They're desperate. And they probably got some type of AIDS, and you should watch it. They're sick. They're sick. And in a sense, you are sick too. If we took heartbreak as a sickness, we would actually, when we got a cold, at some point we stay in the house and nurse the cold. But when we get a heartbreak, we don't stay in the house and nurture or nurse the heartbreak. Think about that. Think about that just think about that. We don't do that, but yet it's still a sickness. Your heart is hurting. And Dexter St. James swinging his big old you-know-what, in some cases it's not even that big, telling you what a beautiful woman like you doing out in a place like this. Oh, your man, fire burn. I am doing a wonderful, amazing masterclass. $50. Come on, you are worth that. This Sunday from 12 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be via Zoom. I don't have a website at this time. You can send your payment. If you go into the description box, you'll see Zelle, PayPal, or CashApp. Send $50 and say, for masterclass. Make sure I have an email. You want to just, come up, send me an email and let me know you just paid. I can see it come in, but sometimes if I try to go back to the email that you bought the masterclass on using those payment methods, it's the email that you set up the payment method with, and it might not be the same one that you have. And I'm here trying to send you a link to the Zoom, and I can't. So, yeah, you should do it. You should do it. Start your healing journey now. In a group with other women who are doing the same and want the same. Not no frick-frack and playing games. Nobody playing games. Not no voyeurs or whatever you call it. They are just watching. People that really are participating and wanting to change. But they thought that you wasn't, so you wasn't supposed to make it. You wasn't succeed. What you were supposed to do was immediately get over one man and get on another one by getting over one. That's what you were supposed to, because that's what they would do. And some of them literally would get on their man and their man. I'm telling you that. A lot of narcissists are down low brothers. And that one is, people not really digging deep on that one, but that one I'm going to tell you for sure. Look for it. Check out their Instagram and who they are following, and it will shock you. Check out their Instagrams and who they are following. Just a tip, and it will shock you. And you'll get like, oh my God, thank you for sparing me from this confused motherfucker. Excuse me, I wouldn't even know that was going to come out. You were supposed to not make it. You were supposed to not breathe again. You was not supposed to glow up. You were not supposed to, in some cases, find new, genuine love. You were not supposed to find your true passions and do it. You was not supposed to look strong and beautiful and healthy. You were not supposed to. And the only way that you're not supposed to, the only way you're not going to do it is if you, instead of letting the man go and then doing your work, period of celibacy would be amazing. You're not going to sleep with another guy. It's not going to work. That's what they would do, another woman or another man. You're not going to drown yourself in food or alcohol, of course, of sex. You're not going to do that. You're not going to be searching for the next new love. They'll come to you or they don't. You might realize that you at a certain age, and as the young people said, and we're decentering men in our lives. They're not the center of our lives. They're not what we live for and what we dream of to make us happy. And you may come to that conclusion. You may find that you got a new hobby or even a new whole career and profession. Doing the work seems harder when you don't do the work. When you actually do the work, it's a dream. So the mundane doesn't seem so mundane. You don't feel as bored like you were. You don't feel as trapped as you felt because you realize that this love affair with you could last forever. The way we love or we believe that we have affection and love with somebody else, but we gladly would stand up and do it. But the way, if somebody suggests that you sit with love on yourself, you will complain in every way. Well, how long is this going to take? Well, when am I going to be ready? Well, when can I get out there again? You're in the wrong place, thinking the wrong thoughts. You're worrying about the wrong things. So, it was a request from my sister, and I wanted to do it. I know I might have told the story in different pieces and ways, but now it's story time. So if you want to like a story time, again, if you are part of the family and you want a thumbs up. If you come in, please thumbs up. If you're a troll, you're not going to thumbs up, and I know that you're a troll. Everyone else that's not a troll, you want a thumbs up, thumbs the video up. It helps me know that because I know that, later on my people will see the replay and see it, but there's some people here live, and when you thumbs up, I know that you are my people, and you are seeing the people that watch. So just, I got 4 out of 26. Is it all trolls? It might be. So, I was talking to my sister, and she was saying to me, I've been watching you for years, and you've always been so transparent and so vulnerable. And how do you do that? She asked a great question. Do you ever do a video and then you take it down after you do it? I said, never of the ones where I express myself, about myself. The only time that I feel like I want to take a video down after I made it was the ones if I'm talking about someone else. Because then I go, oh my God, did I overstep their boundary? You know what I'm saying? Did I do too much about them? Or when I talk about Ghanaians or living in Ghana, and then I know they're going to get mad, and I don't feel like dealing with the backlash. But when you talk about me, no. I may even seem to people like I'm absolutely shameless. Let me tell you what I want you to know. I am a channeler. I channel. So Spirit knows that I'm going to say it the way that Spirit gives it to me. And I can tell, I don't mind telling a story. I don't mind telling you my story. I don't know, I'm not embarrassed or ashamed or embarrassed. I'm gonna say that word again because other people going through it too. Because other people, I'm just telling the story that every woman inside of her knows that she has experienced. I'm a Leo too. I don't see why we would not tell the truth, and I don't see why we would hold back. I mean, we're human. We're supposed to go through shit. I don't believe in the perfect person and there's no such thing. But this is the other thing. I tell you, and I know maybe you believe it or not, after the video's done, at some point today, I will watch this video over, and the information that the ancestors be flowing through me, it be for me, just like it be for you. I say, sometimes I watch me, which is the Spirit moving through me on these videos, and I'll be like, that's right, yeah. So there's a certain disconnection, even though it sounds like I'm telling personal stories, which I am. But I'm not as connected to the thing. I'm not connected to it in a way of I'm connected. There's shame I feel when I say it. I feel that if a heart is to be expressed, and if you don't express what's in your heart, you die on some physical, spiritual, mental level. I feel like I have to say it. I have to do it. Some people are afraid to say something that makes them feel safer to hold it in. It makes me feel safer to let it out. That's what it makes me feel amazing and good. Thank you for the 2 thumbs up. I'm so glad, Chassid. I'm so glad. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you so much. So I'm telling you, I'm a Leo. That's why, a lot of times Leos that they're into professions like actors and actresses because they don't mind being in the front. They're usually natural born leaders anyway. They don't mind being in the spotlight. They're truth tellers because they're very passionate. And remember, they're ruled by their heart, so they can't. It's the heart. The heart. That's what we get hurt. Oh, we get hurt. You know what I'm saying? But when we turn that hurt, the creativity allows us to turn the hurt into something very beautiful. That's why when I was going through my heartbreak, and I'm still going through it. I mean, we all are. It takes a while, right? And people were so uncomfortable with my sadness and my truthfulness. It's so raw, isn't it? And I know it can trigger another person if you're not ready to see such a rawness. The other thing too is I want to dispel stereotypes of black women as tough and hard as nails. Remember, they believe that, there's scientific studies that they actually literally use us as guinea pigs because we don't feel pain as much. That's what they believe about Africans, and it's not true. And so if they don't think we feel physical pain, I guess they don't think we feel spiritual pain or emotional pain. Because we have endured so much that we start to become dehumanized by many people. So to see a black woman cry, to see a black woman say, I'm so hurt, to see a black woman tell how he left me and left me for somebody else and discarded me like a piece of fucking gum on his shoe. And to cry and to say, I'm not good today, there's nothing in me that feels good. It's important, it's important, it's important. It's important to see it. And that's why I do it. But the most part is, I couldn't. If I tried to not do it and say, I'm not going to say nothing today, I'm not going to talk, right? And I go lay down, my whole family would be like, stop telling everything. They could tell me this since I was younger. Stop telling everything. Stop. And I'd be like, I'm going to stop you, right? I'm going to stop. And the next day I get up and tell everything. I can't not do it. Do you understand that at 57, I'll be 58 in August, I absolutely love that part about me. Didn't always. Not that I hated that part about me. Not even that I disliked that part about me. I just didn't really understand that part about me. But at this age, I absolutely love that part of me. Someone's asked me to go back to something about how one of the ways you're in an abusive relationship. You get sick, and I don't know how to say that. You literally get sick. It could show up as anything. It could show up as an earache, a toothache, a stomach ache. It could see something, a skin condition. It could seem so unrelated to the person that came into your life. But toxic people make you sick, and you feel on a physical level. And usually there's no way that they can help you. They can't financially help you. They won't probably go to the doctor with you. They won't take time off to nurture you. When people, like I said, I'm going back to the bankrupt. When they're bankrupt in the Sika is the tree word for, I don't know if it's the tree word or the God word, but it's the word for money. Say it's the tree word for Sika. And here is Agar. Agar. I think it's Agar. I don't know. Let me see if I remember that's the airway word. I'm trying to get my languages together in Ghana. I live in Ghana, by the way. I am not Ghanaian. I am American, Black American. I am from the South. My people are from Louisiana on my father's side and North Kakalaki on my mama's side. And I'm such a proud Black American woman. Like, I love being Black American. I love my Black American culture. But I live in Ghana. And I live among the Ewe people of the Volta region. And I am not seeing another African American in the community. I practically live in a village. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it, So, we got to stop. Another thing, if you just got out of a relationship, I guarantee you're not ready for another one because you have not fully healed your heart. So how the heck are you going to have a successful relationship when you didn't have the last one wasn't successful and you didn't even process why it wasn't, and you didn't process the work that you need to do in order to attract? Usually, when you find yourself getting out of a relationship and all you want to do is get into another one, that means that you are disconnected from spirit and you should not get into another relationship. That means you are not healed. That's what the narcissist does. That narcissist is going to go and never have a space in between the women. Didn't have a space when he was with you. He was you and about 5 or 6 others. You don't never have to worry about, oh my God, they got another woman and they're going to have a better relationship. How could they? They dogged you. They quit you and told you the night before. They told you you was going to have this beautiful life called future faking. They told you all this great stuff and the next day they're getting married. Like, come on, this is not what, no. But, I'll say that's ancestors. Thank you for the love. We worried about the wrong things. It's an awakening and they give it to you. It's an awakening and they give it to you. What a blessing. What an absolute blessing. So the first time I got on YouTube, story time, so we interweave in the story time. The first time I got on YouTube, how did I even think to start a YouTube? It was, I was feeling real down, Miss Celie. I was feeling real low. Okay, it's called purple. I know I paraphrased, that was exactly, but that's what Miss Celie, I was feeling real down. I was feeling real low. I was feeling like, um, what next? I'm sure for me, I'm sure I just got out of a relationship and I probably had a broken heart. I'm sure. That's just have been my MO. We changing that. We're changing that. At almost at 60, we probably getting it. But, um, and a sister that I was best friends with was like, hey, this Oakland Fire Department is sponsoring this program, and it's an entrepreneurial program and it's free. It's like 8 weeks, 6 weeks. It was a good while. And it was taught by Boku Kodama, this Japanese brother, I'm gonna call him a brother, and it was in West Oakland. And she was like, with the deadline, she kept trying to tell me about it. I was like, yeah, okay, you gonna go? She said, oh yeah, I already signed up, but you gotta sign up. But I didn't sign up. She got the paperwork, she filled out the application, we had to go to somewhere else. She had a car ride, she had a car, she said, I'm gonna come get you. We went to the place to file the paper, and all we had to pay was $10. And if you didn't have that, you didn't have to pay that. It was for low income. And I was low income. I told you I was feeling down, Miss Celie. I was feeling low. My money was feeling down and low too. So it was perfect. So I'm sitting in this class and it's all black folks, men and women. And it was on the weekend, every weekend, at the West Oakland, whatever it was. I live in California for over 20 years. So, and it was amazing and great. And we would have books that we had to read and books that we had to get. And I remember one book was called Success Built to Last. I thought that book was absolutely amazing. And we had other ones. But everybody in there knew exactly what they wanted to do. The sister that told me she was a raw foodist, so she the one got me on raw foods, and she wanted to be a raw food chef, have her own business. There's somebody else that was a cook. There's somebody else that was a mechanic. So it was all the people that knew exactly what they wanted to do. I was sitting there like, I don't know what to do. I don't know even why I'm sitting up here, but it's interesting. It's nothing else to do. I'm fascinated. I had no idea. At this point, YouTube probably was 3 years old. And because I got YouTube in 2009, and I think YouTube was started around 2005, 2006. So one of the assignments in the class was we had to get social media. We had to get the apps from social media. This is all new to me. I'm trying to think. I had a computer. It was an old one, but I had one. And we had to download YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Well, Instagram wasn't even around yet. And I did that. And I had to even get a webcam because then we had to start using the platforms. So YouTube, my daughter said, Mommy, you need a webcam because my computer was so old, it didn't even have you couldn't do all it. It wasn't no lives either. It's all recorded. And I got a webcam. I did what the class said. It was a class assignment. And my first YouTube, you look at it, it was 2009. I had long locks. It was bad picture. It wasn't the bad lighting. And that was my first video. And I started talking about raw foods because that was my passion and that's what I loved. But from there, I naturally knew about metaphysics. I grew up in a metaphysical household, not a Christian, not a Muslim, it was metaphysical, straight from the womb. So I knew a lot about spirituality. I grew up that way. That was the only thing I knew. I wasn't a Christian. I didn't know anything about it, so my perspective was very different. And then my skin, people were like, oh my God, your skin is so beautiful. What do you do? And I used to make my own beauty products. So I started actually selling beauty products by the request of the people. I also started Queen of Fours, Sacred Woman. I think before I picked that up, yes, I did, because I had already started Queen of Fours, Sacred Woman in 2000, the year 2000. So by 2009, yeah, I was 9 years in. And so that was dictating my entire life. And people would like to know about that. And so I became, this is Nubia I was my name, the raw food goddess, the womb priestess, and a holistic practitioner. And it was just this beautiful outlet for me. to be able to express myself and emotions and to even teach, because I've always been a teacher. I used to do one-on-one conversations on my couch. This is like 20 years now. And I used to teach in the Oakland Unified School District, but I used to bring my own program. I was a private contractor, and I brought various programs, myself and E.W. Wainwright, because that's who hooked me up, that's who put me on after-school programs and summer programs with dynamic, it was so beautiful. And so that's how I started. And I just flowed, and I loved it. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. And then one thing just led to another. Hey, I'll say, Chad said, thank you. Hey, Lady B Creations. Hey, I'm so glad you're both here. If you came in and you did not do the thumbs up, so I know you're here. And also, it's just so helpful. So I am, do you ever have, y'all, when your laundry is dirty or your clothes, and you gotta do the laundry. I'm gonna call the laundry lady for tomorrow. But you gotta do your laundry, and you ain't did your laundry, so now you gotta take out the clothes that's a little more fancy, and you gotta act like it's normal. This is what I got on. So I haven't done an outfit of day. Y'all seen this dress? I got this dress from Mr. P's, the mall in Accra. My leopard dress. I'm sure I'll be the talk of the town in the village. I like it. It's pretty. I like this animal print. The other one yesterday, that shirt was throwing me off. That shirt threw off my whole entire energy. But this feels so much better. So, ooh, girl, that's real cute. Come on now. Thank you, Chaston. I appreciate it. Yeah, like, they thought they were going to break you. Like, but we got to ask ourselves, like, we are so phenomenal, right? Let me ask you a question, ladies. Because men, you're invited to watch if you want. You're invited to be here, but this is a channel for Black women, so that's who I talk to. So just so you know, do you know how amazing you are? I mean, no, and I want to get it. I mean, do you really know, or do you notice that you could notice how other people are amazing, but you don't really see yourself in that same category or space? When you know how amazing you are, know in your soul, I don't think you'll ever put yourself in negative situations ever again. When I was in my last relationship, I didn't feel so amazing. I don't feel like I was hitting on my amazement. I feel like I was just holding on, just floating in the ocean, but just barely picking up speed. And I think that's what those narcissistic relationships do for you. They make you just try to keep everything cool because you don't know when it's going to explode, because this fool going to happen. He's going to do some stupid shit. He's about to do some dumb ass shit. Oh, God. So you never could grow. You don't really grow in those relationships. You don't thrive for sure, but you don't grow at all. But you're not going to thrive and you don't grow. How about that? So then you're not even so great. So to them you become boring because they don't like when you were great. They don't like it. There's a stifling, a stagnation, because narcissists usually are people that have very trying childhood. So a lot of them probably were sexually violated as children, or beaten even, but abused. So they're always in a state of unhappiness and don't feel safe. And that's what happens to you. You start feeling unhappy and not safe. They're about competition. They probably didn't get no love. So they're always competing against you, so you can't be greater. And I was always like, okay, I'm gonna help you. Okay, let's do your video for your thing. Okay, let me see. So do you, and I forgot about me. So I was still creating stuff, but it wasn't it wasn't from my heart. So I didn't know that I was phenomenal. And maybe at that point I wasn't phenomenal. I don't think that you really can never. If you're phenomenal, you're phenomenal. But there's a difference between being phenomenal and feeling phenomenal. And since the feelings get the blessings, if you don't have the feelings, then you ain't getting the blessings. But now, he was lucky to touch the hem of my garment. He was lucky to be seen with me walking down the street. He was lucky to touch the same ground that I walked on. He was lucky to be with me. He was lucky because he wasn't blessed. He was lucky. Blessed is the word that you want to be. He wasn't that. Because I am so phenomenal. I am so incredible. I am so alluring, attractive, and beautiful. This is important what I'm doing because that's what they strip from you and make you believe it's not true. You were too much for them. And they saw it and hoped that you never did. Let me see what we got going on here. I don't know, P. You're right. Thank you, Lady B. So when I ask you, do you know how phenomenal you are? And if you feel like you don't know, that, and especially, and if you're in a relationship, it might be an abusive one. If you're not in a relationship, you might have been in one before. If you're not in a relationship, but you feel that you don't know how phenomenal you are, then the inner work needs to be done because you are. I'm flying right now. Everything I get to do, everything was stifling. Everything was a hard thing. Couldn't get a damn carpenter. Couldn't get the mason. You didn't want to. All you wanted to do was be on another man's behind, playing basketball. I mean, the things that I just didn't see right in front of my face. And women aside, you know. You almost ask yourself, like, how did you sink so low? I mean, what are we doing? We're getting with nothing. This is nothing. What is that? What a waste of our precious life. I think we need to be able to value our lives again and realize that life really is precious. We have to be able to do it. We have to be able to do it. We have to know life is so precious because if we really believe the preciousness of life, we would never waste it. We would never waste it. We never would waste it. We would never. We'd be like, oh my God, why am I with this degenerate? Oh my God, like, oh. But that's what the Spirit wants you to know. Rock bottom could be a beautiful place if you can get out of it. If you know that you're there. I mean, I feel like this Zelle. So my client yesterday, she asked me, and do I feel better not being in that relationship? Because, of course, she's been in a similar relationship, too. Most narcissist relationships are very, very similar. And she says, how do you feel? I said, I feel light and airy. I feel creative. I sleep well. I'm happier. My health is better. I feel like their life was exciting. There's more. With him, I was feeling old and tired. That my life was basically over. That I shouldn't want more because of my age. I was feeling not sexy and beautiful. I was feeling, I didn't have my creativity, I was feeling creative and blocked. But now I feel like I could skip and do somersaults and splits in the air. Like I'm just feeling excited and joyful and happy. And that had to happen because before I met him, I wasn't feeling all that. I wasn't feeling as dad, thank you for the love, and doll and all that, but I was feeling something was missing. I was moving away from the art center before I met him. I was never really going to come back. And then I meet him. I was moving, I had already moved out of that crowd next to the art center and started moving further out. From the last place that got flooded, all the signs that Spirit gave you, coming to the master class. Coming to the master class. I know you think you're getting a lot. You ain't getting nothing yet. It's this Sunday. Go into the description box. And I was, when I met him, always check out the state you were before you met the ugly. The state. And as physically attractive as he was and is, he's so ugly to me right now because I know the ugliness that sits there. But always go back to the state before you got into that relationship. My state was I wanted to get out of a cry. I was tired of the hustle and bustle. I wanted a simpler and more beautiful way of life. And I found this, and I actually moved. The last place further away from a cry, I said, okay, you doing something. And I brought this one. I brought the one that I was with, and I'm sure he was sleeping with whoever. I don't know which gender, but I'm sure both. Well, he was even up here. I'm just saying, I'm sorry to put it out like that, but somebody needs to understand. that you are putting yourself in great harm and jeopardy when you close your hearts. Because to be in a toxic relationship, you have to close your heart. And what I want you to do now that you're out of those toxic relationships is to be able to open it, but open it with boundaries, open it with discernment. That's what I'm teaching from healing from the heart center. It's time to be reborn again. It's time to revive yourself. You're a whole vibe out here. You're a whole vibe. Hey, Queen, how are you? I'm here tuning to your live, my beloved sister Queen. Thank you for sharing. Oh, you are so welcome, and thank you for saying it like that. Yes, I am sharing, Honey, I am from Brooklyn, Brownsville, Brooklyn. Like, if you really thought you was going to break me, it was not going to never happen, but it did happen. No, I was broken, but I was broken before I met him. I wasn't in pieces, shattered. But after that, when I was in shattered pieces. But I got something, I got connection to the divine, I got the ancestors that walk with me. So that was good. Actually, I'm very thankful for it. And when these people come into your life, it is for your blessing. I am the connection that me and the Most High have. Ooh, girl. The connection that me and my ancestors have. Ooh. The realization that I'm an empath, the realization that I'm a light worker on the real way. Ooh, child. The realization that I'm a phenomenal woman, like the realization that I'm super creative, the realization that I'm dope, the realization that I'm a boss woman, the realization that, oh my God, I ain't had that before this one. I ain't had that before this one. Either they're going to kill you or cure you. Which one's going to be? They're going to kill you or cure you. I remember something he used to always say to me, you're just too strong. But he said it like it was a compliment, though. Not, you're too strong, you're just too strong. I am. We got ancestors. You know, I have another friend who, she wasn't all that, she was already spiritual, even religious. I wouldn't even say more on the Christian side, but she was more metaphysical Christian. And she was so sound in who she was, and her advice was always just, it was right on, it was perfect for a Black American woman. And now she's hanging out with all these people in the Cape Coast, and she's like, oh, I'm this person's fetish priest, or oh, this woman is into Risha, which I respect it all, but and she wants me to go get the spiritual bath and meet the spiritual barbers, and I want to delve in African spirituality. You are African spirituality. What you need to do? You don't need to do that. They ain't no higher. It's just another language, and some of it is not even for you. We have so much as diasporans as far as our Africanness and our spirituality. I mean, the core of it. Not the things they use as an excuse to be like, it's our culture. Sometimes they say that when they don't want to take responsibility, they'll just say it's their culture so they don't have to change. I'm talking about real spirituality. First of all spirituality is African spirituality. Whether it's diluted, watered down. I mean, if you think about the idea of the Ifan, I mean, okay, in this pure sense, coming out of Nigeria, but when you think about how it manifested itself, I'm from New York, Santeria, Catholic religion. I mean, they would use the Catholic religion and put the originals in the saints. Condomblé. I mean, voodoo. It's all African spirituality. The Christianity, the shouting, the stomping, the way that we Black church, African spirituality. Metaphysics, connection to the divine, being covered, the angels, the spirit guides, that's African spirituality. Nature, being out, the animals, messages from the butterflies and the birds, that's African spirituality. We're looking for something out there when it's already in here. And when we disconnect from that, yes, we're not protected. So we have to stay protected. And that's just the connection with the divine. If you want to do there's a master class going on Sunday. Another thing, y'all gonna have to support me, okay? You can donate. You can join the master class if you want to see me working. I'm working right here. You can do a one-on-one consultation, which you're gonna absolutely love. And all information will be in the description box. I want to go, hey y'all. Wow, okay, yes, let me go back a bit. Masks came off. Yes, the masks came off for myself, and then I can see the other person. Yes, Lady B, I love that. Yes, 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 says Miss Yolanda. Wow, that's what I am often told, that I am too strong, that my energy is too high, and it is. And it's beautiful. Too strong for them, but not too strong for the divine, because the divine gave it to you. Great rising. Hey, Miss Saints, good morning to you. Yes, so true. African spirituality. Yes, yes, at all, at all, at all. Originated from Africa. Yes, all of it. Yo, let's go into the guest house. Let's go see what's happening over there, because it's fun to do. As soon as I find my keys. Hold on, y'all, I gotta find my keys, okay? Hold on. I won't say find my keys. I'm always, I'm very careful about watching my words. Let's not say find our keys. We say we're going to get our keys. Because they're not lost. And neither are you. We are not lost. Let's go see what's happening over there. Child, we got this, Erica's been a godsend to me. That young man that was sent from the angels. I already know he was sent from the angels. It's a beautiful thing. So, and I ain't got to sleep with him. That's always my famous line. You got to have a man to do what you want. You ain't got to sleep with him. Let me look at this plant. What is growing from that plant? Is that just drying? Do I see flowers? What is going on? Let's see. We've been having some beautiful rains, y'all. We've been having some beautiful rain. Hey, plants. Hello, I see you too. I see you though. I see you. Now, you know, be frogs over here. Look at this one. This one is the Boko Boko. This Boko Boko in back. I thought it wasn't gonna make it. I had to repot it, but it's making it. This is this one. But what is that one there? Is that a bug? Is that like an insect? Why does it look like one to me? Don't that look like an insect? Don't that look like the legs? That is an insect. Oh my God. What do you call it? Is that the praying mantis, y'all? Tell me what that is. Y'all know what that is? Let me go hide. Oh my God. What y'all think that is? We're going to go right over here. What y'all think that is? Is that like a praying mantis? What is that? I don't know, but I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to leave it right there. Look at all the blue flowers that's coming for the butterfly leaf. All right. That's a bug. Thank you. That's a bug. That's a bug. You can have it. I'll be back. I'll be back, bug. That's a bug. Oh, tripod. I was trying to take the tripod. Let's go back and get it. I locked the door, which I don't usually do. But Spirit told me to do it, so we're going to do it. Oh, dang, yes, that is. Is that a praying mantis? Is that what they call it? And because I think I've seen them before. I was all up close. The praying mantis was like, look, I got business to do. Yes. Oh, yeah, I got it. Yes. That's so beautiful out there. Yeah, thank you. And it's still, I'm working so hard in the Healing from the Heart Center that I don't even have a chance to get down in my garden yet, but it's coming along. And I will call, that's the doctor, he's got to get off. And I will call my bamboo guy, because he did the beautiful bamboo huts. Praying mantis, you still there? Or whatever you are? Yeah, you are. You moved to another leaf. I can see you. Did I disturb you? Mm-hmm. But I'm loving my hut. Oh my God, the hut that he built. This one is even nicer than the last one, because you get better with time. You get better with time and space, but we got a lot coming. And I need to pull these two in. I really want to pull these two in. This is the leaf of life. They was burnt from some chemicals, but they are now coming back. And I put it out here just to kind of let the old die out. And then the aloe. But these people, I'm about to move their little thing because I'm getting tired of these neighbors. This is my property. Okay, it's really not, but it's about to be. But they trying to catch the rainwater. Long story. We won't get into it. Oh, Eric, you didn't burn those. Now I gotta call Eric. Eric, what are you doing? You gotta burn those. I'm gonna call him. Thank you. I gotta call him. Say, Eric, what you doing? He was here this morning. You didn't burn them. I'll call him back. And these people, I'm about to move their stuff. I'm telling them they can move it. They can move this right now. So tired of them. I'm tired of these dang neighbors. Oh my God. It's okay. Delete it. All right. I gotta sleep. I got chores to do. I got chores to do. Chores to do. Well, let's see what's going on out here. Let me call Eric. When I get up with y'all, I'm gonna call Eric and see if he can come and bring the stuff. Hey. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly right. You want to catch the rain, catch it on your side. So they got busted. He turned their water off. He want them out. So they playing. But that's okay. I'm gonna have Eric give that back to them. Because yeah. Anyway, yes, girl, don't get me started. But yes, let me see these lights. Yes, so this is the big space. So we had this jive turkey. He was a jive turkey. This jive turkey carpenter that's trying to charge an arm and a leg for some work that they do for nothing. So I told Eric that we could let him go. He don't need to be here. We're not dealing with this. And he agreed. And we're gonna get another carpenter. I gotta tell Ratsy knows another carpenter as well. So we're gonna get another carpenter. Look at the chicken, because the chicken is the chicken. Is that the chicken? It's gotta be. The chicken is on its eggs, because there's eggs over here. What does that? Wait a second. Is that chicken dead? I'm getting nervous. Let's see. Is that chicken dead, y'all? No, it's just relaxing because it's on the egg. I'm sorry. It's so quiet. It looks flat too. But I know the eggs are there underneath it. I've seen it. So it's going to nest over here. Yeah, we're going to move this. They can move this. Oh, yeah. We're moving this right now. Go, Eric. The chicken just must be sleeping, huh? What y'all think? Is that chicken? Because the chicken nested over here. And the neighbors, this is another thing, like, could y'all control y'all chickens and ish? So that, because if you leave your eggs over here, Eric said, oh, you usually call them and they collect the eggs. No, you collect your chicken and the eggs and let the chicken nest somewhere else. That's what we need to do. But no. I mean, how rude is that you think it's okay to somebody else is living here, they coming out their house, and you're going to collect some water and then actually leave it, like you were saying, on your side. I mean, anyway, chicken is sleeping. I want to go closer. Why it looks so flat, though? I think I heard it make noise. I don't know. It don't look right to me. Thank you, Lady B. So, yeah, y'all. We get, you got to deal with a lot. And thank God I have somebody to help me. We're just going to go through the house, just make sure that everything is good. That everything is good. I look at everything. And then I'm going to go call Eric. And we are going to, I'm going to call Eric. And we're going to go I want us to do some work around here. I want the thing back at their house. This is my space. Be responsible, be respectful. Hey, Beverly. So you see if you put a water container to catch the water off the roof and they leave it there in front of my house? We're out. And Mr. Pastor, you come get your chicken laying over here too. Because that's my space. The chicken can't have that. Why is the chicken over here? Chicken lay eggs. And the chicken's still sitting on the eggs. Because I guess I'm trying to, it's a hen, I'm sure. And I want to be nice. I'm going to let you do the process of birthing. And I want you to birth your babies. Because obviously, you're still sitting on them. You need to birth your babies. Everybody getting evicted, okay? And then the chicken, we're going to close that up and put a door on it. So that the chicken can't even come in. Because I said, oh, well, they left the eggs. So people eat the eggs in a year, but you're supposed to call the owner to collect the eggs. Collect the eggs. I said, and my mom thinking, no, we're going to call the owner to collect his chickens. Why does chickens only want to be where he is? Why don't his chickens want to be where he is? So I'm going to call him and tell him, so your chicken's over here laying eggs, and I need that space. So I need your chicken to lay eggs somewhere else. So we're going to get on him, And these people over here, you're gonna put a whole container in front of mine where I live, in front of my, and this is the landlord's property. If the landlord was here, you would never put that container to even catch water. Then you're gonna leave it there like I'm nothing. Today, right now, I'm about to get off. Because I can't get out. The video's over. I hope you had a nice video. I got some business to take care of. I love y'all though. Yes, right? Yes. My neighbor has chickens. They wake me up at 3 o'clock a.m. They wake me up. They're nice. I love to wake up. I love what they do naturally. You would think, you would say your neighbor had chickens. My neighbor is way over there. Why the chickens always over here? Even Eric said that that's not, people don't like it. People, chickens get, I know you people close your ears for the animal lovers. They'll get killed. People throw rocks at the chickens because you don't want them shitting all over your property and nesting in your space where they got a whole life over here. Why they nesting over here? I'm gonna go now. I hope you had a beautiful one. I hope you enjoyed it. I gotta make some calls. I'm gonna be that auntie and that neighbor. I would never put my water in front of somebody else's apartment or where they live and then the container to catch it and then leave it there. But they do it on purpose. We're gonna pray them out. I'll see you in the next one. Love y'all. Peace and love.